traders from across the globe, and welcome to the 1220th edition, boy that's a lot of them, of Short-Term Trading Live with Oscar. Good evening, traders. Oscar Carboni here. I've been doing this since 1982, I guess. 1982. If you do the math, there's 32 plus years there. Down on the trading floor, on the back, in the back offices, trading at desks, you name it. I have been everywhere. I do analysis on markets. I've been doing since I'm a child. And I'm here to teach you how to use the analysis. Futures trading can be extremely risky and can cause substantial financial loss. It is certainly not suitable for all trading accounts. And never, ever trade this game without putting your protective stops in first. All right, traders, so what's going on the board here? We are filming this video on Thursday night for trading Friday, September 12th, 2014. But today is September 11th, and I think it is time for us to bow our heads in silence. My prayers will always go out to the September 11th victims. I was part of the whole, you name it, down on the trading floor, my operation, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to get into it, but heartfelt when I think about that day. Anyway, God bless America, RE 9/11. Hey, we are survivors. Nothing stops the USA from forging ahead. All right, enough of that. Traders, green Omni on the board in the emini, S&P, Russell, and maybe even the NASDAQ. A green Omni. Surprising, I know. I was surprised myself. I thought we were going to do a nosedive. But the Omni is turning, and I've got some things I want to show you. Very important. Sometimes double tops are not what they seem to be. Sometimes double tops are not what they seem to be. And I will show you that in the chart segment. Gold bugs getting exterminated. I told you this was coming, right? I showed you weekly videos. I showed you weekly charts, daily charts, in video after video. I gave you projections. I showed you the breakdown, and it is happening. And we've got a red Omni, if there was another Omni on the board, once again for gold on Friday. Gold looks like it's going to come off again. Omni's looking for the 1220s. The 1220s for tomorrow. Not exactly 1220, but somewhere in the 1220s in gold for tomorrow. Interesting, these gold. All right, so traders, I want to show you that double tops are not always what they seem to be. And I want to show you that the gold bug extermination is going well. It's like, gold! Gold! You know what I mean? People are just stepping on these gold bugs. Now you better get rid of your gold while it still has some value. All right. So the projection for 2014, the 2130 to 2150 is still absolutely on the table. And I am here to tell you right now, as far as Trading Friday is concerned, I believe we have reason to not fall in love with the downside. Now, we are going to be nimble. We will put our stops in. Our stops might not protect us at all times because sometimes they don't even work. But for the most part, put your stops in. Follow the Omni analysis. Don't let decisions come out of the back of your head. Make sure they're based on charts. Speaking of which, if you want to learn about these charts, come on down to livewithoscar.com. Come into my free trading room. I'm there at the helm teaching you how to read these charts, getting you through the markets, and keeping you calm when things get insane. Speaking of charts, with no further ado, let's go look at some charts. Traders, this chart is my masterpiece chart of the evening, and let me show you why this truly is a masterpiece. Dow Jones Industrial Average Weekly Bar Chart. Now, I have been showing you this possible double top on the daily, and it shows up on the weekly, and we have been respecting it because as an analyst, I cannot say a double top will not work until it doesn't work, or something else tells us the double top is not going to be a double top, right? So you have to call it until some other sign shows up. Well, let me just show you that double tops are not always what they seem to be. Why? You had a top, the market went down, you came back up and had another top, but it didn't go down, it went up. The double top didn't do anything. It leads to another one. You've got a top, it goes down, it goes back up to this top, it goes straight up. How? In the wake of a bull flag. Boom, it goes straight up. makes another one of those double top things. It has a top, comes down, has another top, but this one actually presented a 2-week down move. So we got a 2-week down move from this one. Moving right along. We get one of those double top looking things, right? The top comes in here, the top comes in here, but it doesn't work. We go right through it, we jiggle around for a while and take off. Here we are, present day. This is right now what's happening. This is the weekly chart, so this weekly bar is the bar we're in. You've got the exact same look. We're in a big booming bull market. Why on earth would that not work? This is going to turn out to be not a double top, and in fact, we're going to move higher, and let me show you what I think this will be. According to the analysis I'm seeing now in multiple markets, then relating it back to the Dow Jones and the emini S&P. Here's what I'm seeing. What this will turn out to be is instead of a double top, this will be an inverted head and shoulders. Inverted head and shoulders, that's what I think this will be. Now remember how head and shoulders work. If it's an upright head and shoulders, lots of times it can be bearish. If it's an inverted head and shoulders, lots of times it can be bullish. Usually it is. This is an inverted head and shoulders, and that usually presents a bullish move. So I do not think it's going to be a double top because of the way Omni is starting to flip right back to the upside and other markets analysis. Here's what I think it will be. First, it'll morph into this. The next couple of days, that's what we'll call it. And it will break out of that inverted head and shoulders in the form of a bull flag. I am calling this to turn out to be a bull flag, and we will break out towards the upside at some point. So instead of us worrying about, oh no, we're stuck at this double top on the daily bar and the weekly bar and the Dow Jones Industrial Average, I think we go through it. I think this turns out to be a head and shoulders inverted, and we'll break out of it with a bull flag because the bull flag's already in place. It's got a flagpole. It's already built. The bull flag's done. Now it needs to show us it's going to be a bull flag. That is what I'm suspecting will happen based on all the analysis I'm doing. So we have a green Omni. Let's see if we get a bullish Friday. Then there's the gold traders. I started showing you this chart a couple of weeks back, 2-3 weeks ago, and I said this is a formation. It looks like this. It should have 3 bounces and then a breakdown. And this is the same formation. It's had 2 bounces. It's coming for a 3rd bounce. This is what it looked like, and this is where it is now. Once again, this is what it looked like, and this is where it is now. Bravo! A round of applause for technical analysis. So there's more. That's the weekly gold, right? Let's look at the daily gold chart. I've been showing you this for the last 7 or 8 videos, or at least the last 10 days. I showed this to you when we were right here. We came down through, and we went back up for a bar, and I started to show you that the support was broken, and I started making calls for the downside. OMNIX have been selling gold. Look at how far it's gone since we broke the support. Bravo for technical analysis. And why is this happening, traders? The same reason I've been showing you for weeks on end. Because the king dollar, the US dollar, is still inside of its safe zone where it's not too expensive for the Americans. It's not too cheap for abroad. In other words, when the dollar goes up, it starts to get a little expensive for Americans at some point. When the dollar goes up, it pushes other foreign currencies down. It's still at equilibrium when it's inside here. The foreign currencies aren't too cheap. The dollar's not too expensive. It's a safety zone. So I call it a safe zone. We're still holding well within it, but here would be the top end of that safe zone. This is a weekly chart, so it's a bit away, but it could end up getting there. Just letting you know that we're still okay. The markets are still ready to go higher based on dollar not getting out of a comfortable zone. Traders, pull your own charts, do your own homework. I'll see you at livewithoscar.com. So, traders, you've seen the charts. There is my technical argument for why I do not want you to fall in love with the downside. The head and shoulders, or let's start first with what's there. The double tops sometimes aren't what they're supposed to be. Lots of times a double top is merely an inverted head and shoulders, which at some point will have a bull flag and you'll break out from it. That's what I think we're about to do, but here is the progression. First, we are at the double top. It will morph into then being called the head and shoulders, and eventually we'll break out of the bull flag. So that's what I'm expecting, and it should come very shortly. Maybe even tomorrow it'll start. Now, there's a possibility, of course, that they can lean on the S&P and crack it tomorrow. So put your stops in, because I don't know where the hell this is going any more than you do. I'm showing you charts. I believe in them, but I don't know. Anyway, gold bugs getting exterminated. More extermination is coming. Traders, if you like these videos, subscribe to us on YouTube, because each night when I put out one of these videos, you'll get an email and it'll let you know that I've shot out another video. All right, come on down to livewithoscar.com. Remember, target is 2130 to 2150 for the year. There are recommendations for stocks that are coming out for you traders that have been waiting for them. I kid you not. Whatever this is, double top, inverted head and shoulders, flag building, whatever that is, I am not issuing stock recs till we get away from this thing. Once we do, I'll start giving you stock recs. But the site is built, the stock rec site is there. You can visit it anytime. You'll see that it's actually live. I am not updating it with new stocks until after we get away from that head and shoulders, double top, whatever. All right, so remember, traders, we got we got a red Omni in the gold and a green Omni for the Russell and the E-mini S&P, maybe NASDAQ. Again, I'll see you at livewithoscar.com. Remember, keep your emotions out of trading. One of the best things you can do to help yourselves with that is say this to yourselves every morning, every afternoon, every evening, and you know what that is. Stops are in. Emotions are out. Traders, I'll see you at the site. Come on down to the chat room. Futures trading is risky and can cause substantial financial loss. We do not claim or guarantee that you will profit from the information provided.